It's been 6 days since we came back from Castle Forged, one of the biggest games we had in Israel in the past 10 years, except for Libra. And it was a big thing. I was out in the field for about 5 days, so came up on Wednesday evening around 10 at night. I got to the area, built up a little tent, met the people, and Thursday morning started working. We built our little camp, like a 20-meter long wooden fence, a gate, a couple of teepees, facilities. We made a little shower area, we dug a fire hole, and on Friday afternoon we started the game after about 24 hours, even 30 hours of building it. And it was a great game. We played for about 48 straight hours, and the whole game was set about conquering or establishing dominance over a central castle. I'll try to insert a picture right here. And this was a massive building. It's like 8 meters long walls and 2 meter 40. That's about 8 feet tall walls. And of course they had a little barricade on top with where archers could set up. We got the castle for a couple of hours, and we even brought our trebuchet with us. I hope there's a good picture of that somewhere. It didn't shoot as well as we wanted to, but it was really impressive to watch. And we had a lot of massive battles in this game, both trying to conquer the castle and trying to defend it. Unfortunately, in our second battle, trying to defend it, while I was trying to negotiate with the Chaos Lords, I was bewitched and taken away as a prisoner before everything started. And even though I was enchanted, I tried to hint our guys like how to defend the castle from far away. It kind of worked. We held up against the Chaos forces, and then the mountain folk came and they demanded we evacuate the castle. So we did. But eventually, we got most of our goals through. We had a defensive alliance with the elves, and they got what they wanted. We got what we wanted, and it was a really great game. A lot of people got excited. For I'd say about half of my group, that was their first LARP ever, and everybody learned a lot from. I learned how to build teepees, how to organize troops in the field. They learned a ton about sewing, about making weapons. We had a real good experience with throwing spears. Here's a picture right here. And it was a growing experience because we haven't had a game this big in a long time, and we didn't have an economy that actually worked in the game. And I did a little as a paranoid player, I hid all these golden acorns and salamander skin or manticore skin and game coins. You can see them up close, really nice game coins. I was hiding them on me, and they were hidden so well I forgot to turn them in at the end of the game. And that's a shame. I'll try to get it to the game organizers soon, because at the end of the game, each coin you have left, you deposit it, and the next game you start with twice as much. So that's a nice little mechanism that the game organizers use to make sure they get all their stuff back. And of course I want them to have the stuff back, because everybody worked really hard for this game. We were preparing it for 4 or 5 months. Some people started working on it 9 months ago. And if we're going to have another one, either about a year, maybe less. It depends on how we arrange the schedule, because this game was massive. This game took a couple of days to set up, a couple of days to take down, and a lot of people helped us. We had one of the parents of the young kids, like he's this 18-year-old kid. His dad came and he brought a truck with a huge truck. I can't even tell how big it was, to carry like 20 pieces of wall with us. And they brewed up some beer for our camp. Still have some leftovers. and people sewed, and another guy, he built all those walls, like 3/4 of that he built himself, just hammering together pieces of pellet wood, just building a pellet wood. And I built the same way. I took apart a couple of pellets and just built a wall, built a gate out of it. And it was a really great game. I'll try to put some more pictures in here because a lot of people that dressed up really well, really worked hard on their kits. And some of them really worked hard as well on their camps. I'll try to get some pictures here. All these pictures, by the way, are by Keren Creations. I know her as a cosplayer, but she was around and took about several hundred photographs. I'll link her gallery, or Flickr gallery. And this I didn't wear in the game. This is something I just tried sew up tonight. Just a basic hood with dags made out of an old blanket. It's not the period material, it's not wool, it's fleece, but it looks pretty good and warm. So, and I just want to really thank Elad and all the other game masters that decided to have this crazy dream of making this big game and getting all those 240 people come and play it in a really warm day. And we really lucked out with the location, because it had a great, beautiful location. We didn't even use 10% of it. And I hope the next game we'll get to go to the river and we'll get to explore more of the hills around. And that's about it. That's about Castle Forged. Our next big game is Libra II. That's a sequel for Libra. Libra Enemy at the Gate. That was the first game in last September. And this coming up September we'll have the second implement of the game. And we'll see how everything develops. Since then, my duchy collapsed. Since the king gave up his power, so did all our loyalties. I was one of the lords, and since the king gave up his power, we are not bound by the oaths we took. So I might be independent, I might be joining in a different kingdom. We have to see what happens. We'll find out the next couple of weeks, and then I'll be able to really get to work on my gear. I want to change colors from black and purple to blue. And I'll love to hear your thoughts about games. If you have any questions, got beard suggestions. I'm not playing Tekka anymore, so I need to trim this up a bit just to make it look fancy. Good night.